the, technology to make this happen. And my piece of it was more the judge information sheets and helping get the kind of virtual rubrics in place. And I can show you what we did from that standpoint. But again, which you'll see when we start getting that from Bergen, like all of the files, the participant files, like when they uploaded something to Tallo, their portfolio or whatever, like whoever has access to Tallo has to then organize that into files and then distribute that to the judges. So in our state, there's only 2 people in our state that have access to Tallo.
Okay.
So they held the burden.
At least 2 people that organize the files for each event for the judges.
Yes.
Okay. And then I guess my next question would be, did the students have any interaction? Like, did you guys do live events?
We did live event. We did job seeking skills live.
Is that the only one about?
I believe at the time that was the only one we did live. Yes.
Okay. And
we only did like top 10 live event for job seeking. So we divided it and did cover letter, resume as kind of round 1. And then we did the
interview,
actual live event as round 2. Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. Okay. What were some of your biggest challenges, I guess, from this? Did the students?
I think one thing that I would have changed is I would have done a Zoom meeting with the judges, because our judges came from like the teacher certification route.
Okay.
So in our state we have it's called direct. So for like athletic trainers who are transitioning into education, it's like a 2-year program. And so we took the people in that last class, which is all about assessments anyway. And so they always judge our SLC.
Oh, wow.
So some of them have never experienced HOSA and SLC and that whole thing. So I think if we would have done like judge orientation meetings like they're doing at the national level, then it would have been a lot better.
Did you guys use WUFU at all?
So here, I'll share my screen. We did Google Forms, and I'll show you what we did with that.
Perfect.
Okay, so what we did was we basically transitioned over how we modified, and that was on our website, like what kind of modifications there were. And so we did it like this, so that the descriptor was still available for the judge. So like on the WUFU form, all you see is like 2016-12-84, and the judges have to like refer to, like a hard copy of the guidelines to know what the 20 equates to. And so we just kind of screenshotted it, that little part of it, and then put it in so that the descriptors are there. And they just had to click on whatever grade they gave for that component.
That was smart.
So I liked that. And it's just a matter of just snipping it and inserting it. But I mean, I can share all these grade rubrics with you. So that's not a problem.
Wow, that must have taken a lot of time though.
Well, do you know Hannah Beckman? I think you do. Anyway, So she works with me, and she basically just said she sat down one day and she and her husband they just kind of like knocked it out, and they did it in like half a day, and just kind of, she said once you get in the habit, like, you know, get on a roll, then it was not that bad.
That's great.
Yeah. But we did that for each one. So all the grading things. And then we had this non-disclosure, confidentiality kind of thing that we made them sign. And then the judge, and then they put their signature, the judge signature. So I guess one thing, if you have the opportunity to do it, one thing I would change is if you could import the competitor name and just make that a drop-down list, because it is a drop-down list if you look at ILC stuff. I do like that. But, you know, if you have multiple people viewing the same, like, for instance, if you have like MRC who has, you know, 4 people, so when you get the responses back, if I put Stacy Elwood first and you judged and put your name, you know, Susie Halverson as the competitor first, then when it comes, like when you try to, you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So the order that I put the competitors in, then I have to match them up on my Excel document instead of having everybody consistent.
Wow.
Does that make sense?
Yes. Which
it didn't really matter to us because we only had, I think, 1 judge for all of Health Poster.
Okay.
Or so, but you guys are way bigger than we are. So that would be just one thing to improve the process. I think it would make it a lot easier on the tabulation side of pulling the Excel document with everybody's scores in it. The other thing that we did with respect to that is we preloaded the formula, so when the judge inputted their score, it automatically calculated for us.
And you're able to do that on Google Forms?
Yeah, on the Excel document of where it's going to pull into row, and then just copy in that formula.
Sure.
You know, we did that ahead of time just so that when we went into it, it was already calculated and we could sort it by score.
Okay.
Judge fact sheet. And so let me just pull up my judge fact sheets, because that was kind of my part. Can you still see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So we'll just go to extemporaneous tax, because that's what it was. Oh, geez. Okay. So this is kind of what we gave the judge, and just an overview, like they were given a secret topic, given 3 hours and 15 minutes to read it, create the poster, and submit it for judging. This was the secret topic. This is what SE HOSA provided you, a competitor list, a competitor file, which was basically the photo of the extemporaneous health poster, and then the link to the judging, to where they would get to the Google form, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. Judging specifics, like, again, type the competitor name, grade the poster on each component, complete the electronic signature, and then I did best practices. Judge only the quality of the photo and not the photography skills. Use the grading rubric level descriptors when assigning point values, and be consistent. So that was kind of what I did for each event, was created a fact sheet.